I'm Chris Lozzi. BFA Sports presents the Coaches Show with Tom Kelly. And here we are again with Coach after a 1-1 season now. So a one-win game was a big one, and it was against Kingsway last week. 28-14, the Braves win, even the season at 1-1. You were in that chair. What's going on here? Oh, okay. We're live, by the way, at Rack's Pub and Grill.
It's live.
All right. So anyway, we're going to talk about that first, and then we're going to talk about Millville next week. But let's start with what happened last week. For Kingsway, you said in that chair that three things had to happen. You had to be disciplined, you had to execute, and you had to stay away from mistakes. Did those three happen?
Not at first. No, not at first. In my opinion, the game should have been 14-0 instead of 7-0. We get the ball back, we score. I mean, Aubrey, who's here today, had a tremendous play with that catch and run, making those guys miss and score. After that, we get the ball back. Zach had a nice toss, great yardage. We're moving, flag. We're not lined up right, and then from there, now they're creeping up on us, 7-7. Then they go for the onside kick. They recover. Now it's 14-7. To me, Kingsway is a tremendous team. Tons of respect for that coaching staff, that program. But for us that night, it should have been 14-0. And then the personal foul penalties.
Hold on. We'll get into that in a second. So, first of all, it was a win. Always good to win. Coffee and I said in the booth that there was a productive loss because you believe you found the quarterback who I think just walked into the establishment. Talking about Drew Craig, everybody. Yep. Sophomore quarterback for your Braves this year. But I want to take it down even more. The first drive, very impressive drive. What worked in that first drive that you knew that you were going to be able to move the ball against this team?
Anything we called was working. Drew did a great job with the RPOs, understanding that if the run wasn't there, to get it out. And even when you make the right read, you still have to make the throw. The guy has to catch, and you have to get upfield. So all of those things were clicking rather well. I knew early on the way we were getting off the balls and offensive line, we were picking up our blocks, that we were able to do what we wanted if we didn't make mistakes.
So, and we'll get into that because we were in a situation where you're going down the field, and then you had a fourth down that you actually converted, but it was brought back by penalty, and you're like, oh, no, here we go again from last week.
Yeah, that's the was that the block in the back they said? Well, that was a bad call. That one was a bad call on the screen.
I said
with Kai.
so.
Yeah, that was a bad call. So I'll let that one slide. But other than that, the other penalties that we were accumulating, like I said, the personal fouls, holding, not lining up, not getting a call, not lining up, drive killer, blocking on the perimeter. There was a holding there, far side of the field. It cannot happen. To me, and I told the guys this, and I think they believe this, that if we have the ability to put a team away, that's what great teams do. They don't let teams hang around, So if we have the ability to put a team away, and we could have last Friday night, and we didn't do that. So that part, I wasn't happy about. Beating Kingsway, listen, I'm happy about the win. It's a great win for us. It's a great win for the program. But we have to do a lot better given not just Millville, but the rest of the schedule coming up.
So some of the unexpected also, you've got the lead, you got the momentum, and then the chain breaks. And that was a rather long delay. I know you're looking right at somebody. Don't tell Brian Cope, but don't say who it is.
No.
It's not his fault, right? But it was an unexpected delay. It was long. And we felt up in the booth that kind of took the wind out of the sails a little bit.
Again, another mistake. We had a lot of time to think about the next play that we were going to call, and the play was there, and, we turned it up too quick. We call a sweep. We had numbers on the perimeter, and we turned it up too soon. Again, just missed opportunities that were there. So that part was discouraging. I think it was discouraging for the players. I know it was for the coaches. There were a lot of good things, but those good things alone are not going to be good enough with the mistakes moving forward.
When they went ahead and they tied the game, and you are responsible for special teams.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say that they caught them by surprise because they did not, but we're talking about the onside kick that Kingsway recovered. What was the reaction from the kids when they came off the field? Like you said, you knew it was coming, and they just didn't execute, right?
I had a feeling something was in the making, given that it seemed like Kingsway was very aggressive with their play calling. I don't know if they were aggravated the way the game was going, but it seemed, a lot of fourth downs they were going for, some questionable calls maybe here and there, being aggressive. So I thought maybe something could come. So I went back with the returners to kind of make sure they were lined up right and how they were going to return. And I told 2 other coaches, hey, just watch the line. But, no matter how many times we've said, don't bail, right? Coach Inge, don't bail before the ball's kicked. Don't turn your back. We had some young guys on the front line. They bail, they turn their back, and to Kingsway credit, it was a great call.
And now they go into the end zone, and you're down 14-7. And I'm curious to see what was the reaction, how you guys responded, and we're going to get that answer when we come back on the Coaches Show right here at Rack's Pub and Grill live on BFA Sports.
No one out-cheeses, out-meats, out-supremes, out-crusts, or out-stuffs the Hut. Because when it comes to making your favorites, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
When it comes to taking care of your physical wellness, maintaining good health of your bones and muscles, you want a team of doctors you can trust and who hold themselves to the highest standards. At Premier Orthopaedic Associates, we believe that you should live life at your best. Our team of non-operative and operative orthopedic specialists strive for the highest standards, exceptional outcomes, and happiest patients. Come and experience the Premier difference.
Order your Pizza Hut faves like Original Pan, Original Stuffed Crust, and more at pizzahut.com.
We live in a community that cares. We make sure everyone eats, everyone plays, everyone stays warm, and everyone is protected. We support our youth in organizations that teach the value of community and self-worth. We make strides against breast cancer every day. Together, in this community, we make a difference. RK Chevrolet, RK Kia, and RK Subaru, proudly serving our community since 1982.
Pizza Hut wings are bigger and better than the other pizza guys' wings. No one outwings the Hut.
Welcome back to the Coaches Show, everybody, live on BFA Sports at Rack's Pub and Grill in Williamstown. Come and join us for a drink. We're here every Tuesday night as we talk to the coach of the Braves, Tom Kelly, as we recap last week's action, and we will preview Friday's action. And, of course, that's Millville, but we'll get into that in a second. We're going to go back to the Kingsway game. So you're down 14-7. Well, no, it's 7-7, then you had the onside kick.
Then they made it 14-7.
Right, then they made it 14-7. Here we go again. What changed, though?
Nobody panicked. So as discouraging as that play was and that they were able to drive down the field, I know for me, in my gut, we still had the game because we were able to do practically whatever we wanted offensively. It was kind of just regrouping everybody, focus up, tighten things up here a little bit. All right, and let's get back on track. And, the kids responded. The players responded.
They responded in a big way, too. Great performances all around. And I'm going to give them to you one at a time, and you tell me your thoughts on those, all right? Harold Hill.
It just continues game in and game out, to step up and make the big plays when we need them. Still need a little bit of work. Defensively, lining up correctly. Offensively, though, I'm never disappointed, never questioning when he's getting the ball. I know he's going to get the job done. And when we need a big play, even if it's, defensively, special teams, offense, he's going to get the job done. He's doing a real good job this year.
Julian Noel.
What is there not? I mean, line him up at tailback. We line him up at F. We can line him up anywhere. We line him up at weak safety. We line him up at corner. He's on every special team imaginable. That's why he's a captain.
And did you say Aubrey's here?
Aubrey is here.
Because, Aubrey, where are you? First of all, we were talking, yeah, absolutely. Aubrey Green. We were talking Dougie Brown all pregame. That's why Aubrey Brown came out, and I do apologize. So it's Aubrey Green, everybody. But he had an incredible catch, like you said. But that was on the 4th down retry after the conversion brought back by penalty.
Yep. I believe it was, 4th and 13? Something like that. It was 4th and long after the penalty. And
put it this way, young man, you don't get the first down if you don't get away from that first tackle. Great job.
Yeah, no, it was a great it was an outstanding play. I've talked to Aubrey, and I've told him how proud I am, how he's coming around this year, really stepping up on both sides of the ball, not just catching the ball, something that people won't really take a look at or it doesn't pop, but his ability to block on the perimeter has gotten much better. And when we put him at wing and he's got to get his nose dirty, he's getting in there, digging out DNs, kicking out DNs. So he's the whole package right now. He's doing a very, very good job.
Give me somebody on, absolutely, Aubrey. Give it up for Aubrey Green. Give me somebody on defense. Who stood out? And I'll give you mine, but go ahead.
Well, the two guys that I have here that are going to come up, I mean, Keaton Orsello.
That's who I had in mind.
Is, my goodness.
Keaton.
All over the field. I mean, and his motor does not stop. All over the field.
Well, it stopped at the 30-yard line on that fumble recovery.
Yeah,
I think you were out of gas at that point.
It did. But, how did the ball get on the ground? I mean, Jack Cummins popped the ball out. So,
he did.
It's just that. I mean, that is the play of the game. That is the play of the game. Lady Luck was on our side a little bit. We had the guys in the right spot. They made the play, and then we capitalized, and we didn't look back after that play.
Give me another defensive star.
Mark Williams is doing an unbelievable job.
Coverage was unbelievable.
Yeah, Mark Williams is doing a tremendous job at corner.
Coverage was unbelievable in the secondary.
Yep, doing a great job.
We didn't rehearse this. Those are the two guys I had in mind, too.
Yep, Mark Williams is doing it. Dad's here. I just told Dad off to the side that, I'm really proud of Mark as well. He's really stepping up, and he's another guy. If we got to lock up man-to-man backside, I am not worried if Mark's on that side at all whatsoever.
And he was locked up on their number 1, I believe, wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, it's interchangeable.
Yep.
We have two very, very, very good corners in Julian and Mark. And Harold. And we put Harold down there. I mean, we got, secondary's outstanding.
So the fumble recovery, notwithstanding, though, Mr. Orsello, you had a phenomenal game. He led the team in tackles also. And when a position player like that leads the team in tackles and doesn't get to the secondary, that bodes well for your defense.
Yeah. Yeah, it was him and Harold were close for the tackles. But, no, I mean, listen, the linebackers, that's their job. They're supposed to get in there and make the tackles. So that's a good thing. That means the D-line's also doing something right because they're eating up two blockers to let those guys run free. So that's why it's a team sport.
And then there was the last. Our quarterback. How'd he look?
He's got ice in his veins,
Doesn't
he? Yeah, he's a baller. Yeah, he's a baller. Makes me nervous when he runs the ball, I'm not going to lie. I tell him just to hit the ground. But, he makes it happen. He gets the ball there. He spreads it around. He's reading a defense. The thing I'm most impressed about, and I think I said this on the last show, is as a sophomore, the way he's able to anticipate his throws. Meaning he's throwing them before the receiver's there. He's anticipating where they're going to be and where it needs to happen. I mean, that, to me, doesn't happen as well as it's happening as a sophomore.
The touchdown in the third quarter, I believe that was Julian's, right?
Yes.
So he doesn't get into the end zone if not for a great block by Anthony Lantine.
My goodness, what a block. What a block that was.
And Coffey pointed that out as well.
Outstanding block.
That's an example of everybody doing their job, right, on every play.
Yeah. And that's the DNA of this team. Everybody knows their job. It may be different from play to play, but we don't have guys that are selfish. You know, if their job is to block that play, they are going to block that play. You know, it's the DNA of the team. You know, it's a brother atmosphere. It's a family atmosphere.
And they're still getting together because it's so new. I mean, last week we had defensive coordinator Ronnie Gordon, and I saw him before the game, and I said, are you going to be a little bit more aggressive? And you had I counted 2 blitz packages all night. But that's 2 more than you had last week. Make you happy? Is he here?
He's here. Yeah, he's here.
Is he hiding?
Yeah, he's hiding in the back.
Am I correct, Coach? Twice you came at him, right? And successful twice. Mm-hmm. All right. Offensive side, Nick Seidenberg, where are you?
I don't think he's here.
He's not here.
No, but he's really coming around. You know, this offense, you know, the ability to move it in the air in the way that we're doing it is Nicky's comfort zone, you know, to be more balanced. He definitely has a good eye for the passing game. He's doing a tremendous job. I mean, what an improvement from year 1 to year 2.
So we had the coordinators on last week. This week, after the break, we're going to have 2 of the different coordinators. So we're going to meet more of the coaching staff as the Coaches Show continues live from Rack's Pub and Grill here in Williamstown on BFA.
No one out-cheeses, out-meats, out-supremes, out-crusts, or outstuffs the Hut. Because when it comes to making your favorites, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
When it comes to taking care of your physical wellness, maintaining good health of your bones and muscles, you want a team of doctors you can trust and who hold themselves to the highest standards. At Premier Orthopaedic Associates, we believe that you should live life at your best. Our team of non-operative and operative orthopedic specialists strive for the highest standards, exceptional outcomes, and happiest patients. Come and experience the Premier difference.
Order your Pizza Hut faves like Original Pan, Original Stuffed Crust, and more at pizzahut.com.
We live in a community that cares. We make sure everyone eats, everyone plays, everyone stays warm, and everyone is protected. We support our youth in organizations that teach the value of community and self-worth. We make strides against breast cancer every day. Together, in this community, we make a difference. RK Chevrolet, RK Kia, and RK Subaru, proudly serving our community since 1982.
Pizza Hut wings are bigger and better than the other pizza guys' wings. No one outwings the Hut.
And welcome back to the Coaches Show. We are here live at Rack's Pub and Grill in Williamstown every Tuesday night. And we have more at the table, the staff of this Williamstown football team. Tom Kelly, of course, the head coach on the end. And we have an addition to our table, as you can see. And I'm going to let the coach do the introductions here, and then we'll talk about what these guys do.
Well, first, immediately to your left is Coach Luke Janice. Young, fiery, motivated. The energy is through the roof. Doing a tremendous job. Played at Rowan. Just got done recently at Rowan. You know, is really doing a great job with the guys. Getting better every week. You know, is able to break down the drills, and he communicates well with the players. So, you know, very, very proud of having him on staff for sure. He's been a great addition.
And he coaches
The defensive line.
And that's the reason why I wanted to mention that to you. Luke, first of all, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
It's not my choice. No, it's fine. No, we have a lot of fun before each game, so and it's going to be even funner now that you made an appearance on the show. But this was a big hole the last year or so, the defensive line. What are you bringing that they didn't have?
I think I'm just bringing excitement to these guys' practice, right? I'm out here trying to have fun with them, trying to have them be the best athletes they can be out there all the time. So I'm just bringing the experience I've had of playing at multiple different levels, successful high school program, successful college career, and I just hope I can pass on all my stuff to them and hope they can do the same.
So I have a coach here, Jay Accorsi. I have him on speed dial. What would he say about you, Luke?
Coach Corsi.
We're live, folks.
He would probably have nothing but good words, but also say when it came on time to play games, I might get a personal foul here or there, protecting some people, but all for the good of the team.
So now we know that's where it comes from. No. But seriously, I mean, you're a state winner. Then we come back, and graduation decimated this team. And it was not a secret that was going to be a big hole to fill. Did you find guys in the camps that you didn't think were going to be there but are now there? And who?
Honestly, God, I didn't know anything about any of them when I first got here, right? I'm new. I don't know anything about Williamstown, not from around this area whatsoever. So, like, all new to me. And then during practice, it's just we're going to put in whoever does the best each day. So it was changing. It didn't really get a starting lineup until the first game. Until that Thursday, I put Jack, I put Aubrey out there, I put Manages, I put Kai. I had a bunch of guys. I have about a 7 to 8 man rotation I believe in, and they're all going to play, and that's how we're going to do it.
So who stood out in the first couple of weeks?
Jack and Kai, they're here right now. Not Kai, Jack, Kai too. I was going to say Aubrey.
Ain't right, Kai.
But Jack, probably the most out of everyone. He does everything right. Hands are perfect most of the time. And then Aubrey just, you can't block him with his speed most of the time. So I can put him anywhere, and he just does it. I put Jack anywhere, and he'll do it. No one says no. They believe in what I'm telling them, and they're just ready to play football.
It's good stuff, Coach. Who we got on the other side?
Coach Timmy Harrison.
Get it right.
He's a veteran, so he's been around quite some time. You know, he was here with the Brodies and the Quins and the John Woods. So, listen, you know, I remember when Timmy first came on, and even when I was, I think, still at the freshman level, talking to Timmy, and just it really impressed how he grew every single year. And I mean, you know, the product speaks for itself. I mean, you see the secondary this year, it's locked down. You know, it's the one part for sure on the team I am not worried about. You look over there during practice, those guys are working. I mean, Coach Harrison has these guys working, and they are ready. So, you know, I give a lot of that credit to Coach Harrison and what he's done over the years. He's done a fantastic job this year.
Thank you,
especially.
Coach. Thank you. You tried to send me home last week, but thank you.
I'm sorry, you pulled the microphone away. Say that one again. That was funny. Say it again. I didn't hear it. So
no comment.
That's right.
As long as there's no blown coverage.
Yeah.
He's okay.
And now you'll be under a microscope. So well done on that
yes,
one.
Thank you. I'm
hey,
no problem with that.
Really, that again. Same thing with Luke. In the last year, secondary is kind of a big question mark. So
yeah,
you got unsung heroes back there. Well, first you've got Sean back there. I mean that's good to know. But Mark Williams had a tremendous game at corner.
Yes, he did. I mean, I don't think it was like a question mark. I knew what kind of kids I got coming back. I knew about Mark when he was a freshman and sophomore. He just had like a little injury-prone thing that he couldn't really, play like he could. But I wasn't worried about Mark. I knew Mark was coming to do his job. That's why I put him out there. He earned his starting position. He been doing it since he was younger. He just had to get the confidence level. He just had somebody to trust in him, knowing like, listen, you there, you gonna play. So.
Any concern about two-way players in your system?
No, there's no concern because I make sure my D-backs is conditioned well to play both ways, regardless. And it's it's 2022. That's what kids do now. They play both ways. I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. Sometimes you gotta give them a rest. I have enough secondary to kind of give my key players a rest for a play or two. But at the end of the game, fourth quarter, anything like that, I need my starters in there.
You guys, this is for all of you. Now, you guys got your work cut out for you this Friday night. By the way, 6 o'clock on BFA as Williamstown travels to Millville to take on the defending state champs, Thunderbolts. To the end, Coach, Millville, nothing else needs to be said. It's going to be a tough game.
They're number one in South Jersey for a reason. They're number one for a reason.
What is your mentality this week in practice? Because you always stress the practice you have will dictate how you perform on game night.
Focus and, not looking at the Kingsway win and thinking that we're something than what we really are, And I think today was a little bit of a setback in practice. Monday I thought was, a very solid practice. Today, a little bit of a setback. I think it was, a little lackadaisical, for me at least. So tomorrow I told the guys they better come back and refocus and be ready to go, or it's going to be a long night Friday night.
Luke, did you get the chance to see any of the film of Millville and an idea of what schemes may work?
I did get to watch some film on Millville. Just got to be ready. They're a fast team. We got to play our best ball and be ready for anything and play our football, and we'll be fine, I believe.
What strikes me as weird, for lack of better words, is that Millville retools and retools and retools, and this was supposed to have been a down year. They come off a state championship, and they're right at the top of the rankings. From your perspective.
Well, I knew there was going to be a down year. I just think everybody was more worried about their coaching. But as
because Dennis is gone.
Yeah, but as talent-wise, Millville always have talent. That's just, the kind of school and where they at. They will always have talent. But me personally, with my secondary, I'm not worrying about that. We go into the game to win. I'm going there to shut them out, and that's it.
Talked to Coach Gordon last week about maybe generating more pressure, blitz. Are you a fan of that or not necessarily?
Well, I think, I'm a fan of it. I think, Coach Gordon just had to get more comfortable being a defensive coordinator for the first time. I think now he's getting to his rhythm. I think now he knows that, the secondary, the linebacker, the lineman got their back. So I think, this game will really prove to show how, good a defensive coordinator he is.
If you have your choice and you're going to send somebody from the secondary on a blitz, who is it?
Nobody.
I mean, if it was my choice.
Right, Coach?
If I was sending
Let him
somebody
answer.
for the secondary, it would be Sean because he's close to the line.
Oh, good answer.
So
Sean Gallagher, one of the captains.
So that would be like the ideal situation, but I like to keep all my men in coverage.
All right. It was fun, guys. You guys ready for Millville on Friday, right?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, we're going to come back with more here on the Coaches Show. We're live at Rack's Pub and Grill in Williamstown on BFA Sports.
No one out-cheeses, out-meats, out-supremes, out-crusts, or outstuffs the Hut. Because when it comes to making your favorites, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
When it comes to taking care of your physical wellness, maintaining good health of your bones and muscles, you want a team of doctors you can trust and who hold themselves to the highest standards. At Premier Orthopaedic Associates, we believe that you should live life at your best. Our team of non-operative and operative orthopedic specialists strive for the highest standards, exceptional outcomes, and happiest patients. Come and experience the Premier difference.
Order your Pizza Hut faves like Original Pan, Original Stuffed Crust, and more at pizzahut.com.
We live in a community that cares. We make sure everyone eats, everyone plays, everyone stays warm, and everyone is protected. We support our youth in organizations that teach the value of community and self-worth. We make strides against breast cancer every day. Together, in this community, we make a difference. RK Chevrolet, RK Kia, and RK Subaru, proudly serving our community since 1982.
Pizza Hut wings are bigger and better than the other pizza guys' wings. No one outwings the Hut.
We're back at the Coaches Show here live, BFA Sports, Williamstown Braves football. We're at Rack's Pub and Grill in Williamstown, and we brought up the guys that were pretty much responsible for that Week 2 victory to go 1-1 on the season with a win over Kingsway. And this is just like Sunday Night Football, so I want you to look right into that camera, right? First, last name, position, favorite pop star. Go for it.
All right, my name is Aubrey Green. First, last name, what else?
That's it. Good job.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
My name's Keaton Alcello, number 44.
My name's Jack Cummins. I'm 58.
Not years old. But anyway, all right, guys, seriously, we brought you up. Coach thought you guys had a really good game. So let's start with that. First of all, the obvious on offense. You get a fourth down conversion. You get called back on a penalty. By the way, who was it that blocked in the back?
He's right there.
He's right where?
He's right here.
Where? And his name would be?
Here. Kai Patterson, number 53, right here.
Kai Sean, that wasn't a good call. Don't worry about it. You're off the hook. It was not a good call. Good job, though. Way not to throw your teammate right under that bus. Seriously, though, I mean, back in the huddle, after that penalty, what did Drew say?
I mean, nothing much. I didn't know what play Coach Seidenberg was going to call. I honestly thought we were going to go deep. You know, it's 4th and long. We're still on the field. But all I had was a speed out. I mean, I had to make the most of it. I did. Drew trusted me. I trust him. That's probably the biggest part of me and him, like the connection we have. I trust and respect him a lot. He trusts and respects me a lot. He gave me the ball. He knew I was going to make the play, and I did. So, sorry. My bad, Coach.
How many times did you watch the replay of that move you made?
I'm still watching it to this day. You know, I mean.
Can I tell you something?
What's going on?
It was a great play.
Thank you.
It was a great play. Aubrey, touchdown. Good job. Thank you. Keaton, you guys had an unbelievable game. We called your name a lot. You had the fumble. You had the hit, Jack, right?
Yes, sir.
That is such a big turnover because that field was slanted against you guys. You had the unusual timeout with the broken chain. So what did Coach say to keep you guys even motivated? I mean, that's got to be really draining knowing that you're going 100 miles an hour and all of a sudden you got to stop the game for something stupid like that.
He was just saying basically, you know, keep up the pace, don't slow down, and just keep working. You know.
So they get in the end zone. It's a 7-7 game, and you three knew an onside kick was coming?
No.
We did not.
Not at all.
I would have caught it.
Surprised you, huh?
Yeah, that's why I'm on kickoff return now.
So who's on special teams on the table?
I
All right. You know, it's adversity, though, and you overcome it. And you make the most of it, and you come in and tie the game because of one play. Describe what happened.
So number 20, I believe, was running the ball. He was going to the left side of the line. I believe they were on the 20. Moresco, they were on the 20. They were driving. They had full momentum. I just scraped down, and to be honest, I didn't even realize I popped the ball out at first. I kind of tackled him, and I opened my eyes, and everybody's running down the other sideline screaming.
Were you the one screaming with the ball by any chance, or you were just like, I'm running?
Inside, I was freaking out. You know. But
that goal line was further and further and further away, wasn't it?
I was running, but it wasn't getting any closer. But yeah, I didn't even notice the balls popped out till I saw it in my chest, and then just immediately tried to take it to the house. Should have scored, but
no, you shouldn't have.
QB caught up.
Hey, seriously though, that's a huge play, and you turn it into a score. Then you take the lead, and then it's on you guys on the defensive side as well. How did that change where you felt like you got more confidence? Because we called your name a lot, Jack, on tackles, and, well, you were all over the place. So where does that help you going into a matchup this Friday against the #1 team in South Jersey?
Just got to be confident, put in the work. We have to work hard, #1 team in South Jersey. Just work. Can't really think about last week. Start off clean, 0-0, like Coach Kelly always says. But
Jack, this is a program that gets a lot of notoriety and a lot of exposure. A television network, right? How do you feel about that?
Honestly, it feels great playing for a program that does so much for us. The community, they're so welcoming to us. All our games are streamed. Everything is it's such a big deal for high school football, and it makes us feel very, good about ourselves. Makes us feel like we're showing people something.
Same question to you. You got an opportunity here to show off your talents to somebody like coaches and schools and things like that. How do you feel about playing on TV every week?
It definitely gives me more confidence, but I don't think too much about it. I just go out there and play football,
And you do it very well, my friend.
Thank you.
All right. You got a big one next week, though. So what's your mentality specifically in that locker room? You rely on the leaders, right? What have they been saying in practice? Sean and guy with the cast over there, Mason, hello.
basically what they've been saying is that we have to play our best game, no mistakes. It's a winnable game as long as we play smart, play hard, don't have any penalties, stupid penalties at that, and just run the ball down their throats.
That's on offense now. All right. Did you watch any video?
We did.
Care to share anything you saw that you might, Jack, you want to say something?
Film on Millville?
Yeah.
I did a little film on Millville. They seem like they're a well-built team. They've got very fast guys. They're going to want to get them out in space. So D-line, secondary, we gotta control the field. We got to understand where we are, use our technique, and be smart, and just play our hardest.
And offensively, obviously, coach is going to say execute, minimize the penalties. But beyond that, I mean, is there something that you think you can take advantage of with a quick team like that?
On offense, honestly, all we really got to do is hold on to the ball. I mean, keep them away from being on offense. That's all we got to do. And, you know, I play with a lot of those kids on Millville during, like, 7-on-7, spring football, stuff like that. And when they face adversity, they don't know what to do. So once we get them uncomfortable, once we keep our momentum, it's got to be from the first play of the game, they will shut down, and that's what we're going to have to do. So,
give the guys a hand, everybody. Aubrey Green, Keaton Ocello, Jack Cummins are players of the game, and they were here tonight on the Coaches Show. When we come back, we'll wrap up this edition of the Coaches Show live from Rex Pub and Grill here in Williamstown.
No one out-cheeses, out-meats, out-supremes, out-crusts, or out-stuffs the Hut. Because when it comes to making your favorites, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
When it comes to taking care of your physical wellness, maintaining good health of your bones and muscles, you want a team of doctors you can trust and who hold themselves to the highest standards. At Premier Orthopaedic Associates, we believe that you should live life at your best. Our team of non-operative and operative orthopedic specialists strive for the highest standards, exceptional outcomes, and happiest patients. Come and experience the Premier difference.
Order your Pizza Hut faves like Original Pan, Original Stuffed Crust, and more at pizzahut.com.
We live in a community that cares. We make sure everyone eats, everyone plays, everyone stays warm, and everyone is protected. We support our youth in organizations that teach the value of community and self-worth. We make strides against breast cancer every day. Together, in this community, we make a difference. RK Chevrolet, RK Kia, and RK Subaru, proudly serving our community since 1982.
Pizza Hut wings are bigger and better than the other pizza guys' wings. No one outwings the Hut.
We're back. Final edition here of the Coach's Corner Show with Tom Kelly. We're live here at Rax. And in the final segment, we had a pretty fun time with the kids. You were awfully, I think, impressed with those three up here on the stage. I want to start with Aubrey because he's a natural. I mean, what he has brought in the first two games, how do you continue and get the most out of him? I mean, you have to find ways to get him the ball because I will tell you, we didn't call his name much after the second quarter.
I mean, they were also putting three guys on him to block him on the defensive line. So, you know, usually the offensive side of the ball gets a little more of the credit, especially, you know, if you're on the offensive line or defensive line. You know, you don't get noticed as, you know, some of the other positions. But, you know, his impact on the defensive side of the ball the second half, you know, was just as powerful as his production on offense during the first half. Aubrey's really, you know, I think it's senior year. It's time to lace him up. I don't have many more of these games, and it's starting to show. I'm very proud of Aubrey. Very proud of him, where he's at right now.
You know, obviously, and it came down to, in our estimation, one play because that flipped the whole script. Mm-hmm. And the two directors of that play were right over there. I mean, Jack describing the hit, and then Keaton getting the fumble. But I remember Coach saying last week that he wanted 11 hats on the ball if possible. Well, he got a few of them on that play.
Yeah, it's just a all-around great team defense. You know, Jack, you know, not the biggest of guys. You know, very, very scrappy. You know, the guys he's going against, some are 2-3 times his size. You know, and he's doing everything he can to fight. We know with Jack, every single play, whatever he's got, he's going to empty the tank. And Keaton, the same thing. He's just got a nose for the ball. He's got a nose for the ball. He flies around. He's physical. You know, real promising future for Keaton as well.
It has to be so proud for you to see rapidly how these kids are growing up. I mean, you know, they're underclassmen still, most of them, with the exception of Aubrey, though. You got a lot of underclassmen. Are you surprised? Are you pleasantly surprised? Were you expecting this?
I think we got a good feel of where the team was going last year, you know, because we had a lot of young guys last year, you know, led by Turner, you know, and we kind of knew, you know, when last year was done, we still had a lot. We didn't have Turner Inch, don't get me wrong, but we had a lot of guys, young guys, who were coming back this year. Some of them seniors, but like you said, some sophomores, some juniors. So, it's nice to see how they're developing year after year for sure.
And the experience that they're getting as well.
You can't beat it. I mean, having, you know, Zach gets hurt last year. Okay, Drew, you're going to Millville. You know,
yeah.
What you know, there can't be any worse way of getting thrown into a varsity game. You know, so that experience that even Drew got last year for half of the season, tremendous.
All right, so the kids, they had their synopsis, if you will, of Millville, a fast team. You mentioned they're number one in South Jersey. But it's funny, I think it was Keaton that said it's a winnable game. Was it Keaton that said that? It's a winnable game. Do you agree?
Listen, we're stacked up against the 8-ball here. And I told the players this. It's there. You know how it's tough playing in Braves country? It ain't easy playing at Millville, okay, at 6 o'clock. I mean, they got talent after talent after talent. They got size. They got speed. Is it a game? We got to match their physicality. I mean, we have to let them know as soon as we get off that bus and those cleats hit the pavement that the Braves are going to be in your face, smash mouth football on all phases of the game. If that happens, we eliminate mistakes. You know, we get them in some areas. Anything can happen.
Bring the Chop House on the road, everybody. We're going to be in Millville Friday night. Millville hosting the Braves. Mike Gill will be in the play-by-play seat for me for this Friday. I have to referee.
You'll be on the field?
I will.
Not
No,
our
not
field,
that game. No. But anyway, some people you want to thank, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, again, Rax Pub and Grill for everything that they're doing. The Huddle
Yay,
Club.
Rax.
Great turnout from the parents and the community. It's getting bigger and bigger every year. Special thanks to our board members here tonight, President Cody Miller, Vice President Tony Ayers. Thank you very much for coming out tonight and supporting us and the kids in the program.
Tony looks like he just got off the cruise ship.
Yeah.
Of course, the Huddle Club is here. Brian Cope, Presidente, Tony Lantin. I got you, Tony. Tony Lantin is here. Who am I missing?
Parents, we got some coaches here. Mindy Baker from the Huddle Club.
We got a lot of fingers pointing, but who? Who are we pointing at? We're all going this way. All right. Come and see us next week, everybody. That's going to do it for this edition of the Coaches Show. For the coach, Tom Kelly, I'm Chris Lozzi, BFA Sports Live Friday night when the Braves go to Millville to take on the Thunderbolts, and we'll be here next Tuesday, 7 o'clock, with the Coaches Show. Till then, good night, everybody, and go Braves.